Hi everybody, welcome to another World War Doh video. Hope you're all doing very well. Today's video, basically I'm going to be showing the most popular decks that I'm coming up against and that other people are using, which is more commonly known as the meta. So we're going to have a look at a few replays. So just got to go into my battle log here. And we'll just have a look. By the way, the friendly that I played there, it's a guy called Hellhades from Hades Minions. I suggest you check him out. He's on Twitch and he's got like 4 clans in this game. It's amazing that he's brought so many people over to this game. He's doing a lot of work for the community. So if you haven't checked him out, have a look at his Twitch channel. So the first one I'm going to show it's a deck that a lot of YouTubers that I've seen have been promoting. It's the Porta Potty and Yeti deck, which is very strong if you allow the opponent to build up a counter. So I'm going to be showing you here just how to play against it, and basically it's play fast and play aggressive and don't let your opponent get a chance to build up a push. So it's a guy from Darkside, a clan I've got a lot of time for, and there's a snowflake down the left hand side. So we go in with our trademark manoeuvre with Cybok, but unfortunately the Yeti blocks that. And as you can see, I'm doing no damage to the tower because the Yeti's in play there. And I've put a B-mine down just on this side, but he's a good enough player to get rid of the B-mine, and now he's got quite a big push coming down. So in this case, I want to get rid of the major fire, so I place a witch down, 3 for 3 trade. And then I wait until the Yeti locks on, and I place a major fire behind it, just to mitigate the damage. Normally with these big tank cards, it's the cards, well, especially with Yeti, it's the cards behind them that do the damage, you know. So in this case he's got Porta Potty. I didn't know that yet, but it's normally the cards behind that does the damage with the Yeti. So I've got my Cybok back in hand. Unfortunately he just pushed me back there, but I get quite a good bit of damage in the tower. And he's got Yeti back in cycle, so I'm just really trying to get my card cycle back into play here, because I want shut down for the Yeti. I shall see in a minute how powerful that is. So place another B-mine closer to the tower this time. And look at the pressure I'm putting on the left hand side. Because that snowflake, he still needs to deal with that. So I force out a major fire on that side, so he hasn't got that for his push on the other side that he's wanting to push at. So I shut that down at the last minute and go in here. Well, I try and look at the Cybok here. Gets so much value. Takes the Yeti out before it forms, and I just retreat here and place a B-mine down. If he had all these bucks coming with a Yeti in front, it would have been very difficult to defend, but because I took out the Yeti first, it's not as oppressive. So at this point he's tried to put the Yeti in again, but just look, I've got my cycle back in hand. I can shut that down and just get rid of it. And at this point I'm feeling quite good. I think it's a major fire, so I go up in the air so I don't take any damage. Basically forcing them to play cards they don't want to play. And look at the Cybok placement, guys. Different Cybok placement, because if I've played it in the normal side, it would have hit the commander. And then I've got my rear entry for the Porta Potty as well. So that takes that out quite cleanly. And at this point there's 27 seconds remaining, and I'm very confident that I'm going to win the match. Unfortunately I don't get the 3 crown because he heals up, but it's yeah, pretty much a comfortable victory despite coming up against a really strong deck at this current moment. As I say, I've seen a lot of other YouTubers use this deck and to great effect, but if you can get your card cycle right and play fast and aggressive, then you should still get the victory. So good game, and shout out to Darkside, great clan. Next one I'm going to show you is a Mammoth match, because I mean Mammoth is basically everywhere at the moment, you know. You see it all over the place. I have done a few videos on countering Mammoth and things like that, but I just want to show you the importance again of card cycle, and ensuring that you have the right cards in hand whenever you're playing against these sort of decks. You're not wanting to waste counters. So this guy I played here, I don't know, I'm probably not sure that it was a Greevil deck, which as you can see there, the guy was only level 9, but he was like 70 odd in the world, so he's a really good player. We managed to take him out as well, but the next one I want to show you is this one here. the Tikas from Natural Clan. So as you can see, he's got a mammoth deck there. So yeah, we'll just look at the replay and see how it goes. I think it's choosing your moments to be aggressive as well, guys. I think that's very, very important. I know a lot of my gameplay is very aggressive, and sometimes to my cost. However, there is an important point to make. You know, you don't want to overcommit either. So he's a level 11 as well, so we put a B mine there. Always a good play to start with if you've not got a good cycle. And because he's a good player, he's coming in to take the B mine out because he's obviously running mammoth and he doesn't want that to hit it. So we push a witch to the right hand side and he's forced to disco rate. I might have used Mare Strike there personally. So I just play a major at the back. And here comes the mammoth, so it's coming in. I've got my disco in hand, so I use it. Unfortunately, it has Mischief Tower, but just look at his right hand tower. It's important to always keep the pressure on, even if you're defending, because it forces them to defend and mitigates their push. And look, I'm still putting pressure on the left hand side with the witch. And he uses Yetlins there. And that major fire's still alive, and I've actually cycled back to another one. And at this point I've got my sidebot coming in here. I've not got my rage at the moment, however, but we still get in there with the sidebot and just look at the damage that does. Despite the airstrike, it doesn't take it out because of the levels, and I'm quite happy that I've got his tower almost down. I'm not going to stand there and trade too many blows, so I'm going to get back and heal up. Place another B mine down because I know what he's going to be doing next. It's probably a mammoth. But forcing him to use time and cards to defend the witch. So he uses Yetlins there to take the B mine out, and this is his big push coming in here. So we put a major behind him and a B mine, which ain't great because he's got an airstrike. It doesn't quite take the major out and he's forced to retreat. And we just push a sidebot in, sorry. I was hoping that was going to go to the commander because we might get a 3 crown there, but we just keep the pressure on, don't allow him. He's hardly been able to get the mammoth out here because of the pressure we've been putting on, and we just take him straight out there with the sidebook and the commander. So I hope you're enjoying the videos, guys. I'm really enjoying making them, and I appreciate all the support. I really do. It's fantastic, and the community that's surrounding the game. I just hope the game gets as big as it deserves to be, you know, because it is so much fun to play, and to play it with great people is amazing. So the last one I'm going to show you is, again, another mammoth deck. So it's this one, yeah, this one here, slightly different. It's got a Sire Bomb in this as well, and bees. Now I want to show you this about bees and give you a tip about bees. Don't play them unless you've got something tanking for them, or you've got a chance to take out the commander or a high hitting unit, because they are 6 Doh and they should be used sparingly, I would say, if I was using them in my deck. So we'll give him a good look here and we place a B mine at that side because he's coming down our heel side and he would just catch it. So here's the mammoth coming in straight away, so just look what we do here. Simply disco ray and place a major behind it, and before he can react, the mammoth's gone. He's trading blows there, but I mean, we're raged up and he's just gone over with the B mine, so we shut that down, but he heals up in time. So we're going to collect our dough there, because we want to get our card cycle in play that we want, so we place another B mine down. It's always important to keep the aggression on the opponent and don't let them just build up a massive push. So here come the bees. Now this is what I'm talking about here. That's a bad play because you use your Yetlins and the buck dies as well, and the tower and the commander just take the bees out. And at this point we are thinking, right, okay, we've got sidebook in hand, so we all know what's going to happen there. Unfortunately we don't have a rage. He's got Sire Bomb. I could have been a bit quicker getting out of the way, but we're still up in damage. And we just shut that down just to cycle and to prevent him coming in with a push with his mammoth, because we know it's back in hand. Overclock our heal and place another B mine down and push the opposite lane, which is super important pushing the opposite lane as well with the witch because it forces a response. Now he's just placed 5 dough down, and we just accept that and retreat. And we're in pretty good shape. We've got our Desperate Ray and our Mammoth, Major Fire for the Mammoth, and a B-Mine down, so we're doing alright here. So just look at this play here where we play the commander in front of the buck. So it keeps the Major Fire alive and takes out the buck and takes a lot of damage off the commander. So here's the Mammoth coming in, we've got our Disco in hand and we've got our Rage lined up. So we just take that out and place a Major right on top of the commander and put super pressure on him here. And we've got a great push coming in here despite him sniping our witch. At this point there's not much in it, but look at the sidebook here. Even with the bees, now this is what I'm talking about with bees. Just watch what they do for 6 dough. Pretty much nothing, you know. So if I was him there, I'd be pushing my commander in front of the bees to tank for them, so that it's forcing me to respond. So I'm just cycling a Major at the back, and look at my sidebook just going straight in, but unfortunately he places Yetlins down, which is a great counter to sidebook. I've got a B-Mine down right next to the tower because I know that his win condition is Mammoth. Again, placing the witch opposite lane. This time he does go in with the commander, but I know to take the bees out before the commander, and then I've got a Major on him as well. Shut down his heal, place my sidebook in, I've got Disco in hand, and either I take the tower or the commander, and that's good game. So Mammoth is very prominent at the moment, guys, but it's very beatable as well if you know how to play it and what cards to play against it, you know. So yeah, so we'll stick with that at the moment. It's I know it's only replays, but I sometimes feel it's easier to talk through the games when it's replays as opposed to playing live, you know, because the adrenaline's pumping and you're also concentrating very much, you know, so it's sometimes difficult to actually play live and commentate at the same time. But for now, guys, I really appreciate you watching. I appreciate the support, and I will upload very soon. But for now, take care.